Hey everyone, welcome to another video. So often on this channel I talk about handbags and they're typically over £1,500 and upwards of that, and that's not a planned thing. Anyone who knows and who is into their bags will know that unfortunately if you want something big enough to carry more than a credit card, that's the sort of price you're looking for. But I want to talk more about brands that are under the £1,000 mark. I've got 3 bags here. One I've had for a while and I can talk really honestly about how it's been for me. The other 2 are complete unboxings. Before I start showing you these bags, I do just really quickly want to say that fundamentally I want this video to be helpful to any of you watching who either can't or don't want to spend over £1,000 on a bag, but you want something quality. Weirdly, I first heard of this brand through David because he'd been reading, I think it was Vogue or something. He was reading something and he said to me, have you heard about this brand? It's said to be a really low-key but iconic brand, and at the time these bags were so hard to get. So it's a bucket bag like this. On the inside, let me just show you, it's got a long handle that you can't remove or anything, not that you'd want to. It is just really plain, as you can see there. I got it in the nude colour. You can get different colours on the inside, but also this bag comes in different colours on the outside. The leather is the thing that I'm most impressed with on this bag. I'm like squeezing it and can you see it's not giving at all. The leather is really durable. It's so light, but it feels like plastic. Like it feels like leather, but it feels like it's so solid, but so thin. It's easy to get in and out of. You can get loads in this. I love this for days where I'm in London and I want to wear this crossbody and I don't want, like if I'm getting the tube, I don't want a bag that I've got to be opening and closing to find my Oyster card or anything like that. This is really good for that. I'll tell you what else I also do with this. You can fit, is this a 1 litre or this is like a 1.5 litre bottle of water. And yeah, it sticks out a bit on the top, but when I'm in London and I've got everything stuffed in here and I can take water with me as well, this just makes it a great bag. Oh yeah, I'm also going to show you, it comes in its own dust bag, which looks like that. One of you was asking me whether the corners scratch at all or wear. No, they haven't. The corners are fine. They haven't worn at all really that I can see. They've gone slightly shiny, but nothing really bad. The only thing I will say about this is that on the first day I had it, there's quite a few scuff marks on it. They're not really bad. You've got to look for them, but the thing is I know they're there. And because it happened on the first day of using this bag, and I wasn't even being hard on it, I was just using it, and I've got to admit it really annoyed me when I saw it. Do I think you should get this bag? Yeah, I do. I think the price of it's really good. If you want to go for it in different colours, there is that availability. I know that trying to get hold of this can be quite hard, but I did see quite a few on Louise Via Roma and they do have them in different colours, and I just put like a key charm on it. This is like a little heart-shaped macaroon. It's quite cute, isn't it? That is the Mansur Gavriel. Now I want to move on to something pretty exciting. I've never owned a Mulberry before. I've had so many of you ask me over the years, what do you think of Mulberry? Would you get one? So my verdict on Mulberry, the reason why I've never bought one is because, does anyone remember, I think it was maybe 4 years ago, they did this like crazy price hike on everything, and it was because they were trying to elevate the brand into being, I guess, more in line with some of the higher end brands. Even though it is a high end brand, to me when I think of Mulberry, it's almost in that category with Chloe, Celine, brands such as that, and I guess they were trying to like punch above and get into the next layer, and they thought they could do that by upping the prices. Now when they did that, I did and I have always liked the Bayswater, but I couldn't justify at the time spending over £1,000 on it. I can't remember the exact price, but it was over £1,000, when at the time 4 years ago you could get other bags from Louis Vuitton and things like that that were the same money. If I'm gonna buy something, I don't want to be stupid with my money. If money was no object, yeah, I'd like have one of everything, but I like to be smart with the money that I spend. And certainly at the time I thought if I could buy a Bayswater for £1,000, of which at the time they were struggling to get that money on the second-hand market, or I can go and buy a Louis Vuitton for £1,000, and I know that in a few months time, once they've been putting their prices up and people want it or whatever, I can possibly sell it for more. If I ever want to do that, that's always my logic. But the reason why I got this in the end is because first of all, it was the first, it is a Bayswater, it's the first Bayswater that I ever saw that I actually really liked. And I stopped and I looked at it and I was there for a good 10 minutes looking at it. and I thought no Bayswater has ever done this to me before. But the other reason is I got it in the sale. Seriously guys, like the price of this, I've got to show you. Anyway, it doesn't come in a box or anything. It comes in that paper bag that you saw there. It's in its own dust bag. How cute's that? On the camera, this is looking quite pale, but in real life, it's sort of salmony pink. I think this is a Bayswater. I say that because I know nothing about mulberries, and please forgive me if you're a big fan and you're like, no, that is something else. But I do believe this is a Bayswater. A couple of reasons why for me this was the first Bayswater I've ever seen that I actually liked enough to ponder over whether I was going to get it or not. First of all, I've never seen one this size before, but then I don't stalk mulberry, so maybe that's why. The one that I've been looking at previously was sort of deeper. This one is shallower. I quite like small bags, but also the colour really did it for me. As you probably know, I have a little bit of an addiction with buying bags in bright colours. I don't know why, I'm like a child when it comes to handbags in like cool colours. Let me just do like a quick first impressions for you, for in case you're looking to get this bag, and then I'm going to tell you how much I paid for it and how much it retails for. First up, just looking at it, first impressions. Leather looks really good quality. It doesn't have any feet on the bottom of it. Normally on a lot of these bags you have like some feet so that when you place it on the floor you don't get any dye transfer or any dirt. That's possibly an issue. One thing I noticed with these is on the inside is very basic compared to something that you might get from Chanel, where the inside, I feel like they, with the majority of their stuff, they really think about the inside, and the, I guess the design luxury experience continues inside the bag as well as on the outside of it. But on this, it's really very plain. It's pretty much the reverse of the leather that's on the front. It's not lined or anything. There are two pockets in there, one open pocket and one zip pocket. You can wear it crossbody, and this also detaches. On the outside, the only other criticism that I can give this, but it's minor, but it depends how picky you are, is can you see this black rubber piping that goes around the edges? When I look at it, it feels it's quite messy, particularly on, let me show you here. Can you see it's just a little bit like if you were to compare that to something from Louis Vuitton, for example, where you can tell someone has gone to quite a lot of effort trying to paint that on in a straight line and not get any wiggly bits or anything like that. I think you can tell the difference. This bag usually retails for £850. I got this for £595, so there was what, like 30% off it. I don't know if this colour is seasonal, it may well be, but I will try and find it and I will link it below if I can find it. The next bag is in here. Look at this box, it weighs a ton. I haven't opened this, or the mulberry one actually, since I got it. This bag was given to me and I feel completely honoured and very, very lucky to have been given it because it's completely beautiful. It is from Aspinal of London. They are a brand that I've been buying from since 2009. I really like the brand. If you're not familiar with it, it's like a traditional English heritage type brand. Typically they're like popular with Pippa Middleton and Kate Middleton and stuff like that. Okay, so it comes in its own box, like pretty substantial box. What else is there in there? There's like a care guide there. Comes in a dust bag. Oh, I can see it, it's so nice. This is it. This is called the Lottie bag. You can get it in loads of different colours, but I really wanted this because you know what I was saying earlier about how I'm like a child and I keep picking bags that are in bright colours. I've got like a couple of black bags, but I don't have anything that is neutral and a light colour, and I saw this colour and I loved it. It sort of reminded me a bit of, there's like, you know the Valentino Rock Stud bag? There's a colour just like this in that I really liked. I'm gonna give you a quick tour of the outside. It looks like this. It's pretty big. You can get it in two sizes. There was a mini size as well, but I thought for me, I could do with something a little bit bigger. It's about the size of, it's a bit smaller than the Chanel Jumbo. It's possibly the size of the Chanel New Medium. It's beautiful. The hardware weighs a ton. So it's got silver hardware on the front of it and on the handle. So you can wear this over your shoulder or you can wear it crossbody. On the back, it has got an opening that's got like a magnetic closure on it so you can keep things there. Like mobile phone typically is what I tend to keep in those. And then on the inside, this is what I mean, like when you look at this compared to the mulberry, you'll see what I'm saying. So on the inside of this bag, Quite a lot of thought has gone into the interior. It's lined as such, as you can see there. It's got a central pocket that's got a silver zip across it, and it's got one open pocket in the back. The leather feels incredible. The leather on the Mansur Gavriel bag feels quite hard. It feels quite solid. It feels quite strong. The leather on the Mulberry feels quality, but it almost feels dry, is how I describe it. The leather feels dry. The leather on this bag feels buttery. It feels squidgy. It feels soft. It smells nice. It feels like a quality piece. The bottom line, and what I'm really trying to show with these bags, is that for under £1,000, you can still get quality. They're not gonna fall apart. So I think that all three brands here, and certainly all three bags, are bags worth considering. Can you let me know in the comments if there are any brands that you like, that you'd like me to look at and sort of review further and do comparisons with? Also, let me know what you think of these bags. Are you someone who's into your designer and you're just like, no, when it comes to these sorts of brands, I can't go there? Or are you someone who is into your designer and you're like, yeah, actually, these are quite good considerations for days when I don't want to take out a really expensive bag, but equally I want something that looks stylish, that looks nice, that's quality. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to link to everything that I can below, and I will see you in the next video.